What's going on, everyone? Happy Easter. It is the 16th of April 2017, otherwise known as Easter Sunday in a lot of places around the world, in my country anyway. So I hope all of you are having an amazing day, spending time with your family, if not, doing something you love, smiling, having a good time, because I've had an amazing day so far. I got to spend some time with my family early this morning. I woke up, went for a walk with my dogs. That was incredible. Saw the sunrise. Oh, I didn't see the sunrise, but saw the early sun. And then, what else did I do? Yeah, I did some programming study. I edited some YouTube videos and uploaded them. Well, started to upload them. My internet is not that fast, so it takes a while for them to upload. But after this, once this one goes live, I should have 3 episodes. So you'll have day 73, day 74, and today's day 75 of the Daniel Bourke Show. I can't believe it. 75% of the way through the 100-day podcast experiment, which I'm also recording, as you can see here. And yes, I am in a car park. Whoa, what's going on with the Zoom? My bad. But if you're listening on the podcast, thank you for listening. If you're watching on the YouTube video, thank you for watching. I'm in the car park of one of my best friend's apartments, so shout out to George. We're having Monopoly night at his, as well as cooking up some Mexican. We're getting all the gang round. Going to be a good night, but I'm going to make sure I get this podcast done and this video done beforehand so that I can chill out, relax, and it's not on the back of my mind as something I have to do later tonight. So, let's get the timer going. I want to keep these under 10 minutes for the time being, because, I don't know, that's just what I'm experimenting with. So, 8 minutes to go. Went for breakfast, had an awesome morning with the family, worked out with one of my mates, Brendan. He's going to be here tonight, absolutely shredded dude. Had a good workout, had a good pump. And so, yeah, I wrote down the points today. Day 75. So I realized today that I'm actually doing, or actually I've slowly been realizing over the last few weeks, a few months actually, that I'm actually doing a large amount of the things that I've always wanted to do for so long. For example, I'm making YouTube videos. I'm doing a podcast. I've been a long time listener and consumer of these things. I would watch YouTube videos for hours on end. A lot of the knowledge I have about fitness, nutrition, training, bodybuilding, etc., and inspiration has come from and still comes from YouTube. So I've always, for the last, I don't know, ever since I started watching YouTube, whenever it came out, 2011 or something like that, I can't really remember, wanted to get involved with it in one way or another, whether it be me making fitness videos, me making nutrition videos, or me making learning videos. But I've always had that resistance to entry. And it's been, people won't want to watch what I'm making. What good am I at making videos? Yada, yada, yada. Just a whole bunch of me caring way too much about what other people will think, rather than what I will think of myself, which is far more important. And I hit publish on 2 videos today, and that was nervous. I haven't even shared them on Facebook yet because I'm still afraid of what other people will think. But I'm going to share this one on Facebook, and then I'll share the next however many I make on Facebook. I'm going to record each one of the Daniel Bourke shows that I do in my car or on my own, on video as well as on the podcast. I still haven't worked it out fully if I'll be able to do every single interview that I do with people on the podcast on video, but I'll do my best. And tomorrow I've actually got a YouTube video planned of, I'm going to film whatever I eat throughout the day. So most of my fitness goals in terms of nutrition and bodybuilding and weightlifting and whatnot, my nutrition looks like over the past 3 years, I would set a number of macronutrients, which is proteins, carbohydrates, and fats, and I would eat food to those number of macronutrients. And I'll do a whole nother video at some point, or a whole nother podcast on this. I've actually done a podcast on this in the past. It's my fitness journey. You can check them out on mrdburke.com/podcast. But the main way I make gains and whatnot is by tracking my macronutrients. And that means I eat foods within a certain macronutrient range. And if they don't fall within that macronutrient range towards the end of the day, I don't eat those foods. And so tomorrow I'm going to videotape whatever I eat and just guesstimate where my macronutrients will be at, because I haven't tracked them in months. And so I want to see where I'm at. I'll use MyFitnessPal to track it all. I'll track it as best I can, show you guys the exact process I do, and then see where I end up at the end of the day. So that's the experiment I'm going to do tomorrow. But that comes back to the thing. I realized I'm doing the things I love right now. I answered a question on Quora this morning, which was, what is your definition of, or what is the meaning of life in 10 words or less? And I wrote down my meaning of life, or my current definition of life, because it changes throughout your life. My current definition of life is to do what you love and do it often. Right now, I'm doing that. I'm making good food. I'm hanging out with good people. I'm training fitness. I'm learning the things that I want to do. I'm learning programming finally. I'm making YouTube videos finally. I'm making podcasts finally. All these things I wanted to do for so long. It's hard to realize that, because it's so easy to look at what other people are doing and go, oh, I really wish I was doing that. But at the same time, I find it hard to realize what I'm already doing and the fact that I love what I'm already doing. And I just need to keep doing more of that, keep tripling down on the fitness side of things, on the business side of things. I don't know how it will work out. I don't know. I'm watching different people, learning from different people, and using my own intuition to try and make it into something that brings value to other people. That's ultimately what I want to do. Do what I love and do it often, and bring value to other people at the same time. So that's what I'm trying to do with the podcast. I'm trying to do it with the YouTube videos. Who knows if it'll work out, but I'm just going to keep doing it, keep getting better as I go along, and see where we end up. But yeah, the next week coming up, so tomorrow's Monday, I'm going to be programming all week, or learning to program. I'm reading a book, Learning Python the Hard Way. I'm doing a deep learning Udacity course, as well as a few others. So maybe I'll do a video and a podcast about how I'm learning Python programming. Who knows? And I listened to a podcast, a YouTube video by Joe Rogan today, actually. And there's a cool takeaway I found here. It's the movie star approach to life. So if you imagine, Joe talks about it. I listened to his podcast a fair bit in the past, and he's an amazing guy. One of the inspirations to me making my own podcast videos, I don't know how you call them, like pod videos, vlogs, or something like that. But the movie star approach to life. So, and I really like this. It's, you imagine your life is a movie, and you're the star of that movie. So what would the star of that movie do? And that's you, right? So what would you do in every moment? So whether you're deciding to watch Netflix or work on your business, what would the star of the movie of your life do? Seems obvious in some cases, but at the same time, it's also good to have downtime. So make sure you work it out in a balance. It's good to have that view for 90% of the time, but incorporating scheduled downtime in your life is very important as well. But I find that when I work extremely hard, that the downtime feels so much better. It's the yin and yang principle, right? You can't have one without the other. So if you have too much work, it doesn't feel good. Or if you have too much downtime, it doesn't feel good either. But if you find the yin and the yang, the little bit of downtime in the working hard, that's the perfect thing. And at the same time, a lot of downtime and a little bit of working hard. It depends. Your life will ebb and flow. And the movie star approach is something I've been thinking about lately of my life. Like when it comes down to different decisions, because ultimately the decisions you make are going to shape your life. So I'm going to use the movie star approach and see how it goes. Maybe you could do it too. Who knows? And there's another one that I listened to I picked up in a video today. It's called the NASA approach to doing things. So if you're in bed, lying in bed, deciding whether or not to hit the snooze button, just count yourself down to waking up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, lift off. And you literally lift off out of bed. So that's another thing that you could try. Or it could be for anything. Like if you're hesitating, Like, hesitation is what limits us from making all these... Oh, time is up, so I'll wrap this up. Hesitation is what limits us from so many different things. The moment you hesitate is the moment sort of you withdraw from making a significant decision in your life. And I've done it so many times, whether it be going up and talking to the good-looking girl. You hesitate and you think, oh, she won't want to talk to me. Hesitation. Or hitting the snooze button way too many times. I've been guilty of that. I've slept in for 2 hours at a time because I haven't gotten enough sleep or just been too lazy to get out of bed. But the NASA approach seems like a good thing. And I haven't started it yet, but I will incorporate it in the future and sort of let it know how it goes. Doing these podcasts, I get hesitated and I don't start them. And the YouTube videos, I don't start them. Like just before, I spent 5 minutes scrolling on Instagram because I didn't want to start recording. Like, that's just who I am. I need to work on it myself. I'm far from perfect. I'll never reach there. No one ever will. But that's the fun thing about it. So next time here's today's daily challenge, actually. Next time you're hesitating from something, hesitating for a decision or what should you decide in this scenario, think about the movie star approach. What would the movie star of your life as a movie do? And think about the NASA approach. Count yourself down into actually doing what you want to do. So from 10, from 5, whatever it may be. If you want to start writing an article, count yourself down. If you want to start getting ready to go to the gym, count yourself down. Decide whether you want to go to gym at the front door. Decide whether you want to write an article or not when you're 100 words in. Just start. Once you start, you get the cognitive biases going in your head and then the rest will be history. That's some of the things I use or some of the things I'm looking to use in the future. And who knows, this may or may not work. I'm just 23, I don't know too much. I'm happy to be the dumbest person in the room because that means I'll learn a lot and that's what I'm trying to do. But nonetheless, whatever you're doing, I hope you're having an amazing day. Give us a like, give us a review, give us a shout out, whatever you want to do. I'd greatly appreciate it. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for listening. And yeah, make sure you tell someone you love them. Try out the daily challenge, movie star approach, NASA approach. And I'll be back for tomorrow. It's day 76. I'll make a video about what I'm eating during the day. And then I'm not sure what I'll do about the podcast, but we'll see what's up. Catch you later.